everybody. It's been a little bit, a couple of days. Been a little busy. Got a lot of things going on, and I had some memory issues, some RAM issues. But luckily, I reached out and whined like a baby to another internet author who let us find the truth, who assists us a lot with his brilliant videos, and he helped me figure out how to fix my RAM issue. So now I've got enough to go farther, up and away. So since I said that, I'll start with this. Recently, ended up in a toy store. And in the toy store, they had these things that were called toys. Yes, toys. Toys in a toy store. Shocked the shit out of me. So I started looking at all these godforsaken idols that children go ape shit about, and I just marveled at all the ingenuity and design that was put into, you know, getting your money out of your pocket. So as I was thinking about the child in me and spending all kinds of money on toys, I suddenly stopped myself, and I said, what the hell am I doing in a toy store looking at toys? Why am I here? So I came across this toy that stood out to me. I forgot my coffee. Whoa. I came across this toy that stood out to me, and when I see toys, I like to read the names of the characters that I see. And when I tried to find the name of the character, like, it wasn't there, so I had to flip it over to the back, you know, see if I could find the name on the back. So I'm going to show you this. And this is what I saw on the back. I'm going to hold it in front. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to just take a good look at that real quick. Now get everything centered. So I'll blow this up a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. So up here, off screen, off camera, would be the picture of Batman. At the top it says Batman, and it says right leg next to it because that forms the right leg of this thing over here. You see the big silver armor that he wears? Don't worry about that, it's irrelevant. Next to it, you see it says the Joker, left arm, and it's the image of the Joker for a movie. Now, the image for the Batman is for one of the movies. This image of the Joker that is here, it is for the movie Suicide Squad. Now, I'm getting somewhere. I'm just not just showing you a bunch of images for a reason. You know, I mean for no reason. I'm getting somewhere with this. Next you see the Arrow. Now, that's Barbie. We call him Barbie around here because, you know, this TV show's so fucking Barbie. It's like the Ken doll running around in green. So here's Barbie, the Arrow, and that's from the TV series. Now this says Superman. Let's just skip that. And this is the Flash, head and armor, and it said, you know, the image is of the Flash TV show that's on the CW. Now let's go up to Superman. Anybody notice anything different right there? Now all these things right here are from different film that's out right now, whether it be TV, whether it be movies. The Batman image that's on the back of it is from the movie. The Joker from the movie. The Arrow from the TV show. The Flash from the TV show. So it's all from, so, and you can see next to them there's a 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is the parts you get for building the fucking robot, the Batman robot. So I'm gonna blow up Superman again. I'm gonna turn it sideways so you see his name and you see the image. Number 4, Superman, right? Make sure you get that real fucking close, right? Yeah. Does everybody see that? Superman, and then that, right? Everybody see that? Right? Well, they got a black guy as Superman. You know, I want you to think about that for a while. I want you to pause the video if you have enough, you know, time to ponder. Pause the video and ask yourself, did he just show me a toy? Then on the back of the toy, there's images of other toys from movies. And the Superman toy is Negro. His dark skin, he's melanated. All the superheroes that they show you are caucus, 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 caucus. Now, all of a sudden, your kid buys this toy, flips it over on the back, and he goes, Mom, why is Superman a nigger? Because that's what he's been taught at home. So, you know, obviously, you know, I'm really good with Photoshop. I did this myself. Now, when you go to the toy store, You know the toy store. They are, you know, there's no competition with toys. It's Toys R Us. You know it, and I know it. And you see this shit for yourself. You know. All right, so we're back in action, and doing a lot of remodeling in the house. I've already redone 2 floors, you know, and now I feel like some form of a carpenter or something, you know. It's just all very funny. So, since I'm experiencing some carpentry skills and doing the floors, I think it's a good time that the people that like to participate get active. Now, I recently got in contact with a woman whose name is Brenda, and she lives in the Silver Springs area of Maryland. That is very close to DC. So basically, a lot of this video is to the people in the DC, Maryland, and surrounding areas. Now, how many of you would like to go on a mission? How many of you would like to be activated? You don't have to write anything, you don't have to type anything. All you have to do is go and have a good heart. That's all you'd have to do. Go and have a good time. There's a woman that's name is Brenda. She's 62 years old. And she needs some support. Now, I'd say she needs some emotional support, but she doesn't. She needs spiritual support. And what I would like to do, from my perspective, is an experiment. And this experiment would be to the viewers. Now, I told you, I went and I visited Gerald when I got back from Texas. And I spent 3 days with Gerald. And I read scriptures. I have a list of scriptures that was based around Gerald's condition. And Gerald allowed me to lay my hands on him. And I would place my hands on Gerald in different areas. His legs, his chest, his arms, his palms, his feet. I would ask him to turn over. I would do the same thing, especially in his back area, as well as his head. There was nothing weird. that took place between me and Gerald is very spiritual. And I'd like to say it's not a profession, but our encounter was clinical. Okay? And not professional, clinical. And again, when I visited Gerald, he informed me that he was not supposed to be with us past late September. I went in early September, and excuse me. Yes, I went in early September, and it was until I think early February 2000, late January 2015. He finally changed his mind, and in late January he got his kidneys removed. You know, and he's still with us today. They gave him. We get a birth date when we're born. We go to the doctor and we're severely ill, clinically ill. They give us a death date. They gave him a death date. Without surgery, he lived past that death date. I told you, I believe it's the Creator. I traveled there on my own. Gerald put me up. That was what me and Gerald discussed before I arrived. I didn't need much from him, and he fed me, and sometimes I ate out. He put me in a very nice hotel. And I spent time with him and his family, and it was nice. It was very different. Now again, this was almost. He had a surgery last year, right? So this about a year and a half ago. So today I'm telling you about a woman named Brenda, and Brenda had an accident where 2 tons of steel fell on her. She's with us, and she's not crippled. She does not need a wheelchair. She does not need a walker. She does not need a cane. And she's 62, and she was in a terrible accident. But she suffers from a condition that her nerves are basically shot. So bumping into things and touching things sends tremendous pain through her. She needs us. She doesn't need me. She needs Israelites to come to her aid. A lot of us say we have important things to do in our life. Now I'm going to tell you, you've listened so far. If a feeling came over you and you live in this DC, Silver Spring, Maryland area, then you know already what you're supposed to do. It's not me. If there's someone in Ohio, you're within my distance. You're in my realm. You live in Cincinnati, you live in Toledo, you're mine. Who's gonna step up and be an authority with me in Ohio? Who is gonna step up and be the authority in the DC area? This woman needs you and the group, or anyone that's going to help, to work as a group. If it's 2 people, that's awesome. I went to Gerald as one. I told you, I'm going to give you the scriptures. I'm sure you can find scriptures on your own studies. I'm going to assist you though. I don't have to be there. I don't even have to be on the phone with you there. I'd like to help. I'd like to help her, and that's what she asked for. Not many people ask for help. This person did. Can we help her? Can someone step up to the plate? I'm going to tell you what. There's 2 people that's already in that area that I already talked to while my computer was down, who said they're already going to help. Can we get 2 more? There's a guy that's an hour and a half away that's willing to go. There's a woman that's an hour and 15 minutes away that's willing to go. Who's willing to go to Silver Springs? Who lives in that area? Now, just because there's 2 people already willing to go, don't mean I don't need the rest of you. Let me put a thought in your mind. If 15 people go, that's amazing. You get into a clinical setting with her. She doesn't wear a bikini. She doesn't wear this or that. She wears a clothes or clothes and maybe a robe over. A clinical setting. You don't need a doctor's gown with the ass cut out or anything like that. It doesn't matter if she lies on a couch. It doesn't matter if everybody's comfortable around the bed. It doesn't matter if people are comfortable around a chair. What we don't need is people that want to go to paganize it. What we don't need is people to go with their own agenda. What we don't need is people to go that don't want to work as a group. We need everybody to do the exact same thing that day. Everybody that's going to go, that's going to assist. I've taught you many times, you can step in hot water because the palms of your feet have the same thickness as the palms in your hand, but they're very unique. It is a give and take relationship. You cannot put hot water on your arm, it will scald you. You cannot put hot water on your leg, it will scald you. But your hands and your feet can take it. They can receive the heat, yet they can give. And this is the effect that will be utilized in sessions like this. Now again, I live in Ohio. If there's someone in Ohio that needs us as a group, I'm sure there's going to be some people in Ohio that's going to come to the plate. Now, what I need you to do is not type "I'm in." What I need you to do is not mouth off about anything about "I'll do it" or this or that. What I need you to do is you need to privately send me your phone number, and then I'll contact you and put you in contact with the people that are already on board, including Brenda herself. This is not a game. This is very serious. Now, there's many times I've told you, go out and do this, get your camping gear, go out and do this, buy yourself something to defend your family. And a percentage of you have probably done it, and a percentage of you probably haven't. You have to activate yourself. You have to want. Now, how bad do you want for your own people? See, that's the thing. It's not about want, about yourself. It's your apathy for people. Your empathy for your own. So I don't care. Now listen very close. We're in a system of white supremacy. And there are white people on our side. I don't care what nationality you are. If you need help, we as the descendants of slaves, no matter who it is, no matter if you're Hebrew this or Hebrew that, we can't worry about that right now. We're all in the same condition. We need to go somewhere where we can divide amongst ourselves and then worry about our black asses warring with each other later. We need to worry about this right now. If you're into voodoo and you think you can help this woman, we don't need that shit. If you're an Egyptologist and you think you've got the right amulet to heal this, we don't need that shit. We need God. We need the, hey, you don't like that term? We need the one that created us. Isaiah 43:1. Jacob, you forgot who created you. You're calling on fucking Christ like he's gonna save you. Isaiah 43:11. I am the only Savior. Isaiah 43:12. I did not give you a strange God. That's why there's no Hebrews in the New Testament. None. Don't give me that shit about James and Jude. They were murdered by Paul. Paul wrote the New Testament on the Roman behalf. We did not write any books after Maccabees, the wars with the Greeks that already enslaved us. There is a Messiah. He will lead us out of here. Until that, we need to figure this shit out. And right now, we need everybody, whether they be young or whether they be old. So we need to step up, the people in the middle, and use our abilities. We can't jump over fucking buildings. We don't have laser beam eyes. We have healing hands. That's our miracle. Healing hands. Want to call Gerald? You want to hear it from the clinical patient's perspective of what happened between me and Gerald? I told you, you can contact him on Facebook under Gerald Conway. Today, Israel, Moab, Amorite, Egyptian, Cush, wool-headed person here in the DC area, descendant of slave, I need you. I need you on board for this. I asked you to go to DC to march, and half you people already live there and you didn't come. This is completely different. So be there for your own this time, since you want things to change. So, I'm going to show you this. And this is what I saw on the back. I'm going to hold it in front. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to just take a good look at that real quick. Now get everything centered. So blow this up a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. So, up here, off screen, off camera, would be the picture of Batman. At the top it says Batman, and it says right leg next to it because that forms the right leg of this thing over here. You see the big silver armor? Alright, hi everybody. It's been a little bit, a couple of days. Been a little busy, got a lot of things going on, and I had some memory issues, some RAM issues. But luckily, I reached out and whined like a baby to I suddenly stopped myself. And I said, what the hell am I doing in a toy store looking at toys? Why am I here? So, I came across this toy that stood out to me. I forgot my coffee. Oh, I came across this toy that stood out to me. And when I see toys, I like to read the names of the characters that I see. And when I tried to find the name of the character, like, it wasn't there, so I had to flip it over to the back, you know, see if I could find the name on the back. I ended up in a toy store, and in the toy store, they had these things that were called, toys. Toys. Yes, toys. Toys in a toy store. Shocked the shit out of me. So, I started looking at all these godforsaken idols that children go ape shit about, and I just marveled at all the ingenuity and design that was put into, you know, getting your money out of your pocket. So as I was thinking about the child in me and spending all kinds of money on toys, another internet author who let us find the truth, who assists us a lot with his brilliant videos, and he helped me figure out how to fix my RAM issue. So now I've got enough to go farther, up and away. So since I said that, I'll start with this. Recently, ended up in a toy store.